This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of October 11th, 2021. This is a week of consequences, adjustments, opportunity, and paring back and reprioritizing. Maybe not quite as intense as last week was, but definitely dealing with the aftermath of all of the disclosures, the revelations, the plot twists, and the huge shifts forward. Saturn has station direct as we start the week. There is a sense of slow but focused and determined progress, movement, developments on big issues having to do with, consequences, responsibility, putting structure on situations, grappling with the wild change and stress testing that has been going on all year as Saturn has clashed with changemaker Uranus. Saturn is now ever so slowly heading toward his final exact clash with Uranus, which happens on December 24th. The most frequently recurring aspect of the week is a quincunx, which requires adjustments, and there are 3 of them. We start with a shock, something out of the blue, a lightning bolt, an epiphany, a light bulb going off, some crazy plot twist that changes the way you're thinking about something, changes your perspective, as Mercury is in a quincunx with Uranus on the 12th. Ways that we perhaps have been unclear about ourselves or fooling ourselves or a bit unhinged from reality force an adjustment in the way we're going about things. Possibly we are called upon to treat ourselves with more gentleness as the Sun makes a quincunx to Neptune on the 13th, and growing out of that, there is some tweaking or shift or adjustment in our agendas, in what we're negotiating, in collaborations, in how we're going about pushing something forward when Mars makes an adjustment aspect to Neptune on the 16th. This last adjustment could be working on whatever the new moon starts are in your life, because Mars was directly in the new moon last week in Relationship Central. So if you got an impulse that you're going to do a certain thing with a person in a creative project, in a negotiation, you could get the impulse around the 16th to soften the way you're going about things, to act with a little more gentleness, perhaps some compassion. In the midst of this, there is an opportunity to put a ring on it, whatever it is to you. Venus, love goddess, ruler of desire, currently in Let's Go Have a Good Time Sagittarius, is in a sextile or opportunity aspect with Saturn on the 13th. And this brings an opening for tying something down, even though Sag doesn't normally like that, but acting with responsibility, acting with maturity, making something real, bringing it into physical form. Openings to actually talk about all that, to brainstorm, to connect with other people come by the weekend when Mercury makes the same kind of link to Venus. None of this has the heaviness that we've been experiencing, the ponderousness, partially because Venus is in Sagittarius, which encourages optimism and taking things lighter, making jokes, having more of a good time, and also because a real nice, indulgent, what else could there be influence is pumping on us. On the 15th, the Sun is in a trine to Jupiter, and you could feel your powers expanding. You could feel your concept of your life, your vision for your life, getting cartoonishly, wondrously, deliciously large. Jupiter does make things bigger. So however you have constrained your life, however circumstances have constrained your life, Don't be surprised if notions of bigger, grander, more enjoyable approaches don't start pouring in on you around the 15th. And where does all of this lead? Well, at the end of the weekend, it's time for some psychic surgery. It's time to clean your closets. It's time to reprioritize and cut out the stuff that really doesn't satisfy you, doesn't support you. The sun is squaring Pluto in Capricorn on the 17th. This has resistance's feudal energy attached to it, and probably because the rest of the week has been easier and lighter, this is not something you will dread or dislike as you go through it. It's one of those moments of effortlessly knowing what you're going to ditch, what you're going to throw out. You could be in a frenzy of reorganizing your life, your approach, your goals, and stripping things down once again, as we have been doing for years, stripping them down to what is absolutely essential and supportive for you. Not for what other people say you should be doing, not based on what you were taught or brought up to think, but based on you, time present. Homing thought of the week: what really matters? Song of the week, A Change in Me from the Disney musical Beauty and the Beast. And the image of the week is going through your closet and getting rid of the clothes that you don't wear anymore. You'll find more about all this in my forecast for the month of October, which is up at my site, empowermentunlimited.net, where you can listen to my weekly podcasts like this one, sign up for my mailing list, and book a session with me. I'm Kathy Biehl, a professional astrologer with more than 30 years' experience. I host Celestial Compass on Om Times Radio on the first and third Monday of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern. I also host lively conversation on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited and the group The Astro-Insight Lounge. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl, and I'm really grateful to the people who support my work there. I'm on Instagram at @KABiehl and on YouTube at the Professional Aquarian Channel. Talk to you next week.